We are live. Welcome back, everybody. How you doing? Let's see. Make sure you can hear me. Happy Wednesday. Hope everybody's doing well. Let's say hi to some folks. It's been a while. It's been what, 3-4 weeks? I guess it's been about a month. Yeah, since we live stream here. So changed up the setup a little bit behind the scenes. Went on a little vacation or two in the past couple weeks. And yeah, glad to be back. So excited to do some live streams. We've got and new videos. We've got a lot of stuff coming up. There's an Apple event coming up. So lots of good stuff on the horizon. We'll say hi to some folks. This is going to be a good stream. If you are new, if you have not watched one of my previous live streams, or maybe if you haven't joined us live, we're just going to hang out for the next hour. Super casual. We will talk about smart home stuff. There's, obviously, there's a lot of new products we can talk about. I'll go through some of the deals and discounts that I've noticed in case you guys are interested in that. We'll do that real quick. And yeah, you guys can ask questions, and like I said, just kind of casually hang out for the next hour. Oh, and something extra fun today. We're going to do a giveaway. So like I said, been on hiatus for about 3 weeks. Want to do something a little different today. So we're going to do a giveaway. Yeah, thanks, Lone Star Trent. What's going on? Hit that like button. I appreciate you. Yeah, we're going to do a giveaway, and this is what we're going to give away. Let's test out my setup here. Okay, camera 2 is working. So I've got a few of these. Shout out to Eve. We're going to give these away. I've got 3 that I'm going to give away in the live stream today. So hang out with me. We'll do these kind of throughout the stream. One thing to note about this is a US product. So obviously it works for a US outlet, so it won't work, in Europe and stuff like that. So you will have to have a US shipping address to win one of these if you're one of the lucky winners. So we're going to do that here in just a minute. But let's go ahead and say hi to some folks, and then we'll kind of get rolling with, we'll do a giveaway, and then we'll talk about some of the new products and stuff that came out, because it's been a lot. So let's say we got Lone Star Trent's in the house. What's up? Scott McNair. Hello, Scott. And Good Times. Welcome, Good Times. Let's test out my little member, or excuse me, my comment thing is working now. So I changed. Like I said, we did some test streams, and I've been changing some things behind the scenes as far as my software goes that I'm using for these live streams. So things may look slightly different, but yeah, welcome, Good Times. I'm glad you became a member. Thank you so much for the support, and definitely check out our member Discord server. We also do monthly video chats. Kind of like a Zoom type of thing over there in Discord. We'll do that the first Wednesday of May will be the next one. And sorry if you hear my dog back there. She's been hanging out all day, so you may hear her rattle around a little bit. She was actually featured quite a bit in a recent video we did, on the channel. Vinny Z, HomeKit, Lloyd is in the house. What's up, Lloyd? Fadi, Paul is here. Paul's in the house. What's up, Paul? Let's see. Brian is here. What's up, Brian? Glad you could be here as well. Oh, wow. Awesome. Paul just gifted a membership. Very cool. Thank you so much, Paul. Let me see if these work. Okay, cool. I don't have a confetti thing like I did have before. Oh, what we can do here. We can do an applause. Thank you so much, Paul. So Paul gifted a membership. It looks like Keenan was gifted that membership. Thanks to Paul. So thank you so much again, Paul, for that. And if you are a new member, or maybe you get a gifted one like that, as with the gifted membership, I think that's, you get a membership for a month, and you can take advantage of the perks like early access to new videos. You can get into our member Discord server, all that good stuff that comes with being a channel member. Whoops. Sorry. So that's cool. And yeah, like I said, if you're a member and you haven't jumped in our Discord, check it out. It's a great place. If you're working on a smart home, lots of questions and answers and just some fun stuff over there. Great resource, great people if you're, building a smart home. So let's see. Javier is here from Puerto Rico. What's going on, Javier? Thank you so much for hanging out. Eye of the Storm. Currently getting ready for Jeep Week in Daytona Beach. Oh man, that sounds fun. I haven't been to a Jeep Week. I did roll through Daytona Beach one time during Bike Week, which was quite an interesting experience. So yeah, that was fun. We'll save some of those stories for another day, maybe. Will from the Netherlands. What's going on, Will? Lawrence is here. Thinking about starting my own Apple smart home. Do you think I should do it? Yes, do it. I do, of course. Let's see. Doug is here. What's going on, Doug? Installed a P2 in the laundry area with a HomeKit light, and true to form, it's misbehaving. Oh, I think it has something to do with Matter. Well, yeah, Matter, that could certainly be possible. Matter is kind of hit or miss sometimes. So let's go ahead and hop into some of the things that came out. Well, you know what? First, let's do a giveaway. Let's test out my giveaway picker thing that we've been trying to work out here. Let's see if this works. Okay, so to do it again, we're going to give away one of these. All right. You have to have a US shipping address to get one of these. Okay. They are going to be shipped out by Eve. So shout out to Eve for supplying us with some of these. Eve is a great company that makes some really great smart home products. If you're not familiar with them, I've been a fan of their products for quite a while. This is their Smart Eve energy outlet. I did do a full video on this, I think. Yeah, I did do a full video on this one. So check it out. It's the first Matter over Thread outlet, I believe. First Thread smart outlet actually in general. So check it out. Check out that video if you're interested. But let's go ahead and do a giveaway. Again, US only for this giveaway. What we're going to do here is, let's see. Let's see. Okay. How's the stream look? Everything look okay, guys, on the stream? Let me know if we look good and sound good. We're going to try to do this giveaway here. In the meantime, looks good. Thank you, Hair Riot, Vito, JT, Andrew, Trey. Appreciate it. Okay, thank you guys. Just wanted to make sure. Let's go ahead and try to do one of these giveaways real quick. Okay, so giving away one of these. What we're going to do here, this is my giveaway picker. So type in hashtag Eve1. All right, that's what you need to type in the chat to be entered to win the giveaway. Again, you have to have a US shipping address in order to receive one of these if you are a lucky winner. So type in hashtag Eve1, hashtag Eve1, as you should see here on screen. So I can, just to show you a little bit bigger, that's what you need to put in the chat right now. We're going to do a giveaway. We'll give a few seconds before we pick our first winner here. And I will refresh this here, so don't worry. We did some test runs on this recently. So yeah, I see you, Al Wolf. I know there's some of you in the UK and stuff like that. So we'll try to do some more of these. If this all goes smooth and everything and goes well, we'll try to do more of these in the future. Maybe we'll do some international ones as well. So, okay. And you can only enter once, so don't spam the chat. It won't work. And it's just annoying if you did that. So please only enter once. Yes, thank you, Brian. Only enter once. It'll only allow you to enter once anyway. So you're not doing any good by typing in a bunch of times. Okay, so I think that's enough time. Let me go back and kind of refresh this. All right, we got 56 entries. Not bad. Okay, pretty good odds. And drum roll, let's pick us a winner here. All right, who's going to be our first winner? Hey, there we go. Congratulations, Sebastian. You are the winner, the first winner of our Eve Energy Smart Outlet. So I'll have to get your information. You can email me. I'll put, let's see. If you have Instagram, reach out to me on Instagram. If you, let's see, what's another way? You can email me. There, you can get to my email address, should be on my YouTube About Me section. If not, we will try to reach out another way. But congratulations to Sebastian for winning the first one. Really need to move to the US. Yeah, come on over. No, Lloyd, I see you, Lloyd. No, it will only actually, this little plugin looks like emojis, kind of weird. No, this picker will only allow you to enter once. So don't worry about that. If you see somebody kind of entering a bunch of times, it won't take them all. It only takes one per person. Nice additions to the channel. Good work. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, hopefully we'll do some more fun stuff like this in these streams. This was one of the things that I wanted to kind of do and play around with was giveaways. There's going to be more to come. I think I have some more capabilities and stuff like that. More room to grow, I think, with this software I'm using. So excited about that. All right, so let's jump into some things that came out lately. First up, the SwitchBot Lock Pro is now available on Amazon. You can get $20 off right now. So I have links to most of this stuff down in the video description if you want to check them out. I recently had a new video, actually just today, I posted a new video on this lock today. So this is a retrofit smart lock. So, you know, the first thing you notice is it's kind of big. It does support Matter. You will need the SwitchBot Hub 2. Again, I go into detail in the video if you're interested in this. But what's great about this one is that it's a retrofit lock. So you don't have to change the outside of your lock at all, just the inside part. So this is great if you're renting or you're not able to change the cylinder or the keys or the actual lock itself. This goes on just the inside. You replace the little thumb turn section on the inside and that is it. So great solution if you're looking for a retrofit lock, I think. Let's see, SwitchBot. Let's see, the thing is massive. Yes, it is big. I don't have one here. I've got the box up here. But I kind of expect that with a retrofit lock that has to basically everything, motor, all that stuff has to be on the outside versus something where you're replacing the entire guts of the lock. So I expect a retrofit lock to be kind of bulky like that. That said, this one looks a lot better than their previous one, in my opinion. And it actually, it should be more secure. So I saw one of the complaints that people had from the previous one was that it wouldn't stay in place because it basically used just some really strong adhesive. The old one, this one stays attached through screws, different methods depending on if you're US or what kind of lock you have. But regardless, it stays in place with screws and stuff. So it should be more secure. What about Aqara U200? Yeah, hopefully we'll see that soon. It's not out yet. We have not heard anything, but hopefully in the near future, we'll be able to check that one out. Let's see. Oh, Nerf says, just watch the review. Thank you. Thanks for watching. I'm glad you could check that out. Already have my HomePod and Apple TV on order. Nice. That is a good start. I like it. Let's see. And what I will do too, if you guys have questions, we'll do that at the last half of the stream for sure. So save those questions. We'll be going through questions at the last half of the stream for sure. Next up, that just came out recently, Govee floor lamp. So this is another one I did a video on. So the floor lamp Pro, they came out with the floor lamp Pro and the floor lamp 2. Without really going into detail too much, the floor lamp 2 supports Matter. The floor lamp the floor lamp Pro does not, okay? Which sounds kind of ass backwards when you put the word Pro in there, but it's Pro because this one actually has a speaker built into it. And really nice features. I like the design of this thing a whole lot. Again, there's a whole video on this if you want to check this out. I did the Pro and the 2, kind of compared them a little bit. I like the design of this Pro lamp a lot. And I've actually been using the little speaker on there more than I really didn't think I would need I don't need it, you know, of course, but didn't think I would utilize a speaker on there. But what they've done that I really like is they've integrated in ambient sounds with the lights, the different lighting effects, which is really cool. So I love using like lighting effects and stuff like that in especially in here when I'm working or relaxing or doing different things, just to kind of change the mood up and stuff. And actually having ambient sounds, you know, like forest sounds or whatever it may be. They've got some pretty cool ones. I really like I can't remember. I think it's called Forest, but they just go with the scenes really well. It's pretty cool. Jay says, can't wait to get the one with the speaker. At that price, I would make my own with W. All right, well, you go for it. I am not going to be making my own lamps anytime soon, but hey, all the power to you if you can make your own. Hello, do you still use the Eve flare? Still? Oh, absolutely. It's right back there. See it? That is the Eve flare. Love it. I have always loved that product. Even when it was Bluetooth, before they came out with the Thread version, I loved it. I now have a couple of the Thread versions. This one stays in here pretty much all the time. And if you watched my smart outdoor backyard video, which came out maybe like a month ago, or probably not even that long, a few weeks ago, I mentioned it in that video too, because what I'll do, since it's portable, I will take that outside and stuff like that. Again, we're talking about that globe light back there, and it just sits wirelessly on a little base, and to charge, and you can pick it up and you can move it around. It has a little handle on the bottom. It's actually waterproof, so you can take it outside and stuff like that. So really cool product there. Yeah, absolutely would work well. I encourage you to check out the video that I released a few days ago on the Govee floor lamps. We talked about both of the new ones there. But yeah, it would absolutely go well for a kid's room, especially, you know, if a room that doesn't already have a speaker. You can use those ambient sounds, but you could also use, you know, you could pair a phone to it for music and stuff if you want, because it's a Bluetooth speaker essentially. But yeah, the ambient sounds I think are really good. I love the way they work with the, with the effects. Yes, thank you, Frederick. If you do have a question for me, preface your comment with the word question. Thank you. And that way I will try to save as many as I can, and I'll try to get back to them as many as I can. Yes, I do still use Homey. I was just setting up some automations in Homey recently, actually. Really love it. Oh, cool. Lloyd says, been getting great info on Discord about getting Ubiquity and setting up a rack. Want to thank everyone for all the comments. Trying to empty garage first in the new home so the wife can get the car inside. Very nice. So yes, Lloyd has been getting some feedback in our member Discord area. So thank you, Lloyd. First of all, for being a channel member, I'm glad you're finding value in that. The community is amazing over there. All you guys who are in the Discord are awesome and blow my mind all the time. I go there myself for different things. Well, I go there every day just to hang out, but I also go in there when I have questions. So great community over there. Paul, a channel member for 24 months. Thank you so much, Paul, for being a channel member for 24 months here. That's so awesome. Again, appreciate the continued support there. Paul says, birthday tomorrow, was saving up to get Homey Pro, but transmission went out in the car, so I got that instead. Good to have you back, Shane. Oh, thank you so much, Paul, for hanging out and again being a channel member. Hate to hear your transmission went out. God, there's nothing worse than car trouble, especially when you're not expecting it. You know, maybe you can, maybe Homie Pro is still on the horizon for you though in the future. Let's see. So I see we got some questions here. I'll try to save these. Next up, we got Nanoleaf has released these. So I've been using these and testing these. For the most part, I really like them. I like Nanoleaf stuff. I'm going to have a video on these probably come out pretty soon. So stay on the lookout for these. These support Matter. And these are outdoor string lights. So yeah, I like the way these look. I really do. I like the way they look compared to more than all the other smart string lights that I've seen. So yeah, stay on the lookout for that new video that's coming soon. But these are now officially available. And like I said, I should have affiliate links down in the description for pretty much all the stuff that we talk about today. I wanted to mention this one real quick because on my recent video, one of my recent videos, I talked about the Narwal Freo X Ultra, which is the robot vacuum that I'm using now. I have been using it for a while. I really, really love it. But some people say that the price is pretty high. So I wanted to share this one, and it is $400 versus, you know, over $1,000. So definitely a better price, and it's actually got a lot of the same features on the good one. So obviously you're going to sacrifice some features, but it has the little dust compression system that the flagship model still has 7,800 pascals of suction power, which is still really, really good. Has that no tangle floating brush. Basically with this, the biggest difference is going to be the mopping system. So this one does still mop, but it doesn't have the rotating mop pads like the other one does. I was trying to see, I don't see any pictures here on it. It has, instead it's more like the vibrating mop pad, something kind of like a lot of the Roborock's one have. So I wanted to mention that because, you know, I think that would be a very good entry level vacuum. Again, haven't used it personally because I have the Freo X Ultra, but if I was looking for something cheaper, I would probably go with that one. Let's see. Nanoleaf Matter outdoor lights are US only currently. I did not realize that. Okay, interesting. Let's see. Okay, next up. I don't know who is interested in like air purifiers. I actually get a lot of questions about these, but SmartMe is a company that makes some smart air purifiers. I used their last one, a portable one, really good product. I felt like this is a new one that they have, and I guess you can like change these front panels. So very interesting design for those who, you know, who may be interested in this. Just wanted to point this out. It does support Apple HomeKit. I believe this is HomeKit over Wi-Fi, but yeah, just a real unique. Look, they even got it hung up there like art. So very unique product here by SmartMe. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think about this? Very interesting air purifier. And speaking of air purifiers, I believe this is the first Matter air purifier. So this is Matter over Wi-Fi, and it's made by ADOT, which also makes a bunch of other smart home products and even smart home Matter products. This one looks more like a traditional one, air purifier. Not a bad price at all right there, though. Looks like you can get a discount right now. So again, there's a link to this in the description if that's something you're interested in. But yeah, they're kind of boasting that Matter integration. And this was kind of interesting. They say that it integrates in with Apple Health, which I don't think I've seen that before. Not really sure how that works. If it's just kind of going off when you're sleeping. I can imagine all it's really doing is adjusting the fan speed probably, but Always concerned with the cost of replacement filters. Yes, good point, Robert. Definitely something to look into for sure. This one has a little light on the bottom, which is kind of cool, I guess. That way you don't stub your toe in the middle of the night, maybe. Paul says, I use the Air Versa and it's been awesome with HomeKit. Hey, me too. I actually have one back there. I don't think you can see it. Oh, maybe you can see it. A little white box back there. I have an Air Versa in here. Been using that for a long time. There is a full video, I think, on the channel from when that first came out. I think that was the first thread. It's HomeKit, not Matter, but it is HomeKit over thread. And I think it was the first thread air purifier that we saw. So yeah, I also use that one and like it a lot. Paul has 6 Air Versas. Now we are really happy with them. Won't buy anything else. Okay, well, there you go. If you're in the market for a air purifier, check out the Air Versa. Let's let me pull that up since everybody's talking about the Air Versa. That is this one right here. And yeah, there's a lot to like about this one. I like the display a lot, the size. It's not going to be great for a huge room, but for small, especially small to medium-sized rooms, this thing is great. Again, it's what I'm using in here, built on thread, which is nice not to have to add another device to your Wi-Fi network whenever it's possible. And more people vouching for Air Versa there. VocalLink. Yeah, I also have a VocalLink one too. That one's bigger and probably better for larger rooms, but definitely that's a good one too. That one made me a little worried, VocalLink, whether or not you could find replacement filters, because they went through some weird stuff, I feel like, that company at one point, but I believe they have been available. So also something to consider. Looking through some of these comments here. Okay, what else we got? Air purifiers. Oh, this is pretty cool. So, I don't know if you guys saw this. This is a smart Wi-Fi wall extender. So basically, I don't know if you can see that, but basically this plugs in to the outlet, right? So kind of hangs on the wall. I don't know. I'm torn with this. I think in the right place, this would be great. And you can control the outlets with HomeKit. You see it supports Apple Home right there. This is actually on sale right now. I think, did I make a note of that? I don't think it's by much, but I think it is on. Anyways, I got links to this stuff in the video description. I haven't tested this yet, but this is the first product I've seen like this. Has some USB outlets, which is pretty cool. So this is TP-Link Tapo here. This supports HomeKit over Wi-Fi, but pretty interesting device. Sorry, I can't talk. They also have this, which they sent me. This looks like just a standard outdoor smart plug, but this one does support Matter. So I don't know, that may be the first Matter HomeKit smart plug. Again, haven't used this one yet either. Not yet. And then this is another thing. This is a pretty unique product here, I feel like, as well. So this is a smart Wi-Fi dimmer kit. And basically you can plug your lamp into this, and then you can use the little dial to adjust the brightness of your lamp. So that's a unique product. I love seeing different products, rather than just the same old stuff. So I love that they kind of thought outside the box. I don't think, this is probably a pretty niche market who can use something like this. But if you have a lamp that you want to make smart and even control with the dimmer, then this is a great product, I think. Haven't tested it, so I can't say on the connection, but it's a unique product, and I like seeing that. Maris makes a similar smart outlet. Okay, in the UK, Lone Star Trent says we don't discuss Maris here. Okay, yeah, I don't recall seeing Maris's smart outlet like that, but good to know. Yeah, I'll leave that alone there. Have you heard that Eufy is making a new robot vacuum called the S1 Pro, and it will support Matter when it comes out? It's on Kickstarter. Eufy S1 Pro. Yeah, I think I have seen that one. So there's been a number of robot vacuums who have announced Matter support. And with that said, yeah, so I don't think any have actually come out yet, but with that said, do I have, okay, so this one right here, we talked about SwitchBot earlier. This was on my list. This one right here, and it's 20% off. So another good entry level vacuum. This one has some pros and cons, but for a small room, especially, this would be great. I'm using this one here in my studio. There's also a video on my channel about this. So this is a mini robot vacuum. But I bring this up because I now have this working in HomeKit natively. So this is the first robot vacuum that I've been able to get working in Apple HomeKit natively without any weird homebridge or any kind of crazy, workarounds. It now works natively in Apple HomeKit through Matter. So I am using a Matter SwitchBot hub in order to accomplish that. But SwitchBot recently pushed out an update to support more devices in Matter. The thing is, you can only basically turn it on and off through HomeKit. So it's kind of a weird situation because Apple Home still doesn't support, well, they don't have a product category for robot vacuums yet. So it's kind of weird. Matter supports it. It's great. You can get it in there and everything, but it doesn't show up as a vacuum because that's not a thing yet. It just shows up as basically a switch. So you can turn it on and off. But hey, it's better than nothing. And like I said, that thing is working natively in HomeKit now. So, pretty cool. Excited to see where all this goes. A lot of talk about the M3 hub in the comments. Yes, that is correct, Steen. The M3 hub is expected to ship globally in Q2 of this year. And U200 has HomeKit news mentioned June. Yeah. So hopefully, I think we'll see the M3 hub next, probably, especially after the release of that. Their recent motion sensor, which kind of needs the M3 hub to fine tune some of the settings on that motion sensor. That's their Matter motion sensor. So yeah, that one will probably come next. And then hopefully the U200 will be soon after that. Sebastian, okay, I will check out the Instagram. Thank you. And I saw, let's see, the one thing I don't like about this this new software is it doesn't highlight, let's see, Frederick, there it is. Frederick, I see you. Thank you so much. Celebrates 22 months of being a channel member. So thank you so much, Frederick, for continuing to support the channel. Also for helping out with these live streams. You are awesome. Appreciate you. Says, I think it's time for another giveaway. Thanks so much to you and to Eve for doing these giveaways. Well, thank you for your support, Frederick. And I think he's right. Let's do another giveaway. Okay, this time, let's do... This time we're going to do hashtag Eve2, okay? So hashtag Eve2, the number 2 in the chat. Here, let me get my screen up. Again, please only enter once. You're not going to do any good by doing a bunch of these. So this is what we need to see. Hashtag Eve2, put that in the chat for a chance to win. Once again, we are talking about the Eve energy outlet here. This supports Matter over Thread. You do have to have a US shipping address in order to receive one of these. So please keep that in mind. If you don't have a US shipping address, we won't be able to send you one of these. But put hashtag Eve, over there, hashtag Eve2 in the chat. We'll give it a few more seconds and then we'll do this other giveaway here. So And while we're kind of waiting on that, has anybody else got one of these and been using these in the setup? These are fairly new, but they've been out for what, maybe a month or two now. I'd say Eve is probably getting creative with those hashtags. I know, right? Hey, we're all about keeping it simple here on this channel, right? Yeah, I feel like Eve has some of the best matter products that I've used. Their matter over thread. They were kind of one of the first ones to do it. They support the thread protocol, which I usually appreciate more than matter over Wi-Fi. It just seems to work better for the most part. But okay, let's go ahead and do this. Let's update this here. I may have to type that in again. Yep. Let's see. Oh, nope, we're not doing the test live stream. We are live here for real. Hashtag Eve2. Let's get these comments. All right, 63 entries. Let's do it. And the winner is, drumroll, Harold Morris. All right, Harold. Harold, you are the winner of the Eve Energy Smart Outlet. Congratulations on being selected for this giveaway. Please reach out to me if you have Instagram. DM me over there would be the best way. You can also find my email address. Should be able to in the About Me section on my YouTube channel. And please email me. Let me know that you won here, and we'll get your shipping information and get that out to you as soon as possible. All right, so that is 2 of the Eve Energy outlets we have given away. We'll do one more. We'll do one more before the end of the stream. All right, Hollis says, love my Eve outlet for turning on the light to my seedlings every morning. Cool, very cool. I have one. I'm trying to, yeah, I did actually set it up like that in my, I set it up like that in my video too, but my overhead camera, actually, this one right here, that is shooting down. Here, we'll show that. This camera right here is connected to an Eve Energy outlet. So I have kind of a dummy battery that leaves it plugged in all the time. And that way when the outlet turns on and off, the camera goes on and off. And yeah, I can set that up with my, recording scenes and stuff like that. All right. So let's see. Next up, we did mention that I think that's really all the products. So there are some discounts that I did want to quickly run over in case you guys are interested. Some of the stuff we talked about already. The Govee floor lamps that we discussed earlier. This one right here, the Pro lamp, you can get $50 off with the code that is down in the description. Also, the Narwal Freo X Ultra, that's that flagship vacuum mop by Narwal. I talked about it in my recent video about smart home with pets. Check that out if you want to see more, that vacuum Speaking of, I was looking at my dog. She is just laid out back there. Almost forget she's in here. She was in that video a lot. But, oh, there she goes. She's stretching. But yeah, the Narwal Freo X Ultra, there's a discount for that. You can actually save up to $250 with the current discount that they're running, plus my code down in the description. Switch Spot Lock Pro. The Tailwind garage door opener, I have a 10% off code for that down below. That's the garage door opener that I'm using. Let's see. The Tapo. Let's see. Do I have that link open? I don't think I have that one open. I'll pull that up. The TC73. So I think that's the right one. Actually, 2 of their cameras are basically $10 off. So this was also in that recent video. where we talked about the pets and animals. This is the one I'm using to watch over my dog. That's $10 off. And also their other camera, this, no, not that one. It's the HomeKit one. Where are you at? I think it's the C125. Is that right? That's not it. It looks like that. Anyways, there's a link to that one down in the description. It's really affordable. I like that one. Been using it on my back porch. So yeah, you could check out those. So save $10 on both of those TP-Link cameras. All right, let's jump into some questions. With all these giveaways, I hope you're ready for the scams. Both of you spoofing the winners' names and contact, and your audience spoofing as well. Yeah, so that, that's something we'll kind of hopefully work through. We will definitely be on the lookout for that. And I should mention too, you guys, if you get a comment or anything like that from me telling you, usually these spams will say something like Telegram me or whatever. Double check, make sure it's from me. There have been scams out there in the past. I will not message anybody in the comments and tell you to message me or anything like that. Would never ask for money for shipping or anything like that. So if you ever see a creator, usually any creators, I would assume, but definitely me, I will never ask you for to send money for shipping or anything like that. So just keep that in mind. I do think it would survive outdoors under a porch if it's pretty well protected from the elements. Those things are pretty durable. But if you want to look at something else, so you mentioned specifically the P2 by Aqara, which is their newer matter over thread sensor. What you could look at is the so that's the one you're looking at. You can check out this one, which actually works outdoors. It's going to be a little bit more expensive, but this one works outdoors, and this is made by Eve. I've been using this for a while. I'm using this actually outside. I have one of these outside, so it might be another one to check out. Let's jump into some of these questions that I had saved. And again, I will try to get to all the questions. Bear with me as I'm kind of switching over to new software, trying to get the best workflow and everything going with this stuff. All right, so we had a question. The Aqara lock U100 not responding in HomeKit because the home hub is not within range. What options do I have? I have the Aqara hub bound though. Well, the Aqara U100 is not responding in HomeKit because the home hub is not within range. You're talking about the I guess you need to have it closer to your Aqara hub. Maybe it's too far from the wording on that's a little weird. You said home hub, but assuming maybe it's the Aqara hub that's not close enough. So you can move your Aqara hub maybe closer to the lock, or if it's a Zigbee connection issue, which you should be able to check in the app, you can always add a Zigbee repeater in between your Aqara hub and your Zigbee devices like the lock. Zigbee repeater devices for Aqara would be the smart plug is going to be the easiest one, but basically anything that's always connected to power in the Aqara lineup can act as a Zigbee repeater for your Aqara Zigbee network. So that could be the smart plug, the light strip, their new ceiling light, the light switch with as long as it has a neutral wire. I think those are probably the main ones. We got a super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat. Let's see if my super chat button works.
Super
okay,
chat.
Good deal. Thank you so much for the super chat. City Bert says, what home device would you like Apple to make? Wi-Fi again, camera, doorbell, lights, security. Oh, that's a good question. So I think, well, you mentioned home device. So I actually don't think Apple should be making the smart devices, like the smart home devices. I know some people don't agree on that necessarily, but best to make the software, the platform as good. They can definitely make some improvements there. I'd rather see them make some improvements to the home app and to the home to HomeKit maybe than making cameras or doorbells or anything like that. So I would rather them let the device manufacturers do that and perfect, HomeKit for us. That's what I would say. But if we did if we did have to pick a home device for them to make, I would probably go with, I don't know if this counts for your question, but I would go with something like a home display hub. We've kind of seen some rumors of that. Something like the Google Nest Hub or Amazon has some of them now that, its primary function is to serve as a home hub, with a touch display, a little interface for you and the family to be able to use, maybe have a speaker on it or something like that. That's what I would like to see Apple make in terms of smart home that they haven't made yet. Saul says, let's show some love for Eric Wielander's show Fridays at 2:30 Central Time. Yeah, we'll show some love to Eric Wielander, friend of the channel. Eric's a good dude, and he is now live streaming as well every week. So definitely check him out on Fridays. And guys, please do try. It's hard for me to pick out the questions with this new setup. So please do preface your word with the word question, and I'll flag them, and I'll try to come back to them. So please do ask only once, and put the word question in there, like Hollis did. What are there any outdoor cameras coming down that are HomeKit compatible? I haven't heard of anything that's not already out yet. So I haven't heard of anything new. I think that's what the question is. I know a lot of people would love to see Aqara make one. There's been a lot of talk of that, but they haven't announced anything yet. Thanks for all you do. Well, thank you for the support there, BFlat233. Do you use the Aqara smart plug as a range extender or a second hub? No, I don't. I don't have to do that. I guess because of just the devices in my house. I do have some smart Aqara switches that are with the neutral wire that are always plugged in. Those act as Zigbee repeaters. So I don't have to use a smart plug, but I would. The second hub right now is not the best option for a Zigbee repeater, just because of the way that's set up. I think that'll get better with the Aqara M3 hub. But right now, if you need a Zigbee, if you need to extend your Zigbee network in the Aqara system, I would go with the smart plug, or maybe you can utilize one of those other devices like the ceiling light or a light strip or something like that. Okay, I see a lot of questions coming through. Let me get to some of these other questions while I can. Any HomeKit enabled padlock? I don't know of any HomeKit enabled padlocks. Is Aqara going to release their M3 hub? Yes, they are going to release the M3 hub. Question, I recently bought an Eve Energy plug, but it won't synchronize to the manufacturer's app. Any ideas why? When you say it won't synchronize, I'm not sure what you mean there. HomeKit lady, it should, if you've been able to set it up, maybe, I don't know if you're having a connection issue or what. So a lot of factors that could go into that. I don't know if you were able to get it set up initially and now it's not working, or what might be sort of the issue there. Thank you, Brian. Yes, please only ask once, guys. I'm doing my best to get to the questions, and no need in spamming the chat. And I'm sure some of you guys will kind of answer and help each other out. Like I said, there's some super clever people here in the chat, I know for a fact, because a lot of you guys are in the member Discord server. All right, moving on to more questions. Jeff from Michigan, did you see the new Migo Ascender stair climbing robot vacuum mop? It's Matter compatible and specifically calls out Apple Home. I did see that, Jeff. We discussed that. Let me pull that up real quick. We discussed that, I think, in my last live stream. That was probably so yeah, it's on Kickstarter. I think that was in the last live stream we discussed that. So this is what Jeff is talking about. This thing's crazy looking. It's a robot vacuum that can climb the stairs. Like I said last time, I don't know. I have to see it to believe it. Hold on, let me bear with all the scrolling. I think they have a little GIF. Here we go. Look at this thing. That's pretty wild. I mean, most of us are, look at that. It spins and can go both ways. That's pretty wild. I'd have to see it to believe it, you know, like how well it works. 9,700 pascals of suction power. That's pretty high. I mean, most of us are just trying to like keep our robot vacuums from getting stuck under furniture, much less climbing stairs. So again, we'll have to see it to believe it. They are mentioning HomeKit and specifically Matter, I believe. Let me see if I can find that on here. There we go. So smart home integration. But you know, this is a Kickstarter, and it's with these Kickstarters, unless it's a brand that's really well known, that's already been around, I kind of take a lot of these claims, you know, at surface value. And, you know, again, it would be great to see all this, but right now, there's not a whole lot in terms of Apple HomeKit and Matter. Like I said earlier, I've got my SwitchBot vacuum in there in HomeKit, but all I can do is turn it on and off. But this is pretty interesting. I mean, if you've got stairs that need to get cleaned, and I don't know. I'm going to have to see that one in use. Oh, it is a known brand that's been around. Oh, okay. Well, thanks, Jeff. I did not know that. Ascender. Okay. By Migo Robotics. I'm not familiar with them, so pardon my ignorance there on that one. But I would like to see one try to climb my stairs. I have 2 robot vacs, one for upstairs and one for downstairs. Yeah, right now I think that's most people's kind of solution. A lot could go wrong. Well, hey, I've actually been using the Flick Twist lately and was reprogramming some different things with mine. It's a pretty cool product. Definitely has some limitations, but yeah, I understand what you're saying. I think they took I want to say 2 years after they launched that Kickstarter. So yeah, I definitely understand what you're saying there. All right. Is there a HomeKit based smart sprinkler system with rain and soil sensor? So I'm using the Yardian Pro sprinkler controller, and I believe you can connect that to a rain sensor. I have not been doing this. Some of you in the chat may have another setup. I'm pretty sure the Rachio also now, I think they got that working with HomeKit again. The Rachio sprinkler system, I think you can connect to a rain sensor and maybe even a weather station as well. I'm not so sure about the soil sensor side. So especially in terms of like HomeKit support, you may have to kind of go outside of HomeKit to get some of those connections. But I know a number of the smart sprinkler controllers will connect to a rain sensor, and maybe the soil sensor too. I'm just not sure about that. Yeah, Danny, that's actually what I did. Um, there are a couple of outdoor HomeKit cameras, but nothing in quite a while has come out. And yeah, I did the same thing. I mounted the C225 under the porch, and it survived the winter. He says. Obviously not recommended, but I needed local storage. Yeah, the C25, that's not the pan and tilt one, right? They got both of those. They're good cameras so far. I've been using mine on my screen porch, so I don't have to worry about rain or anything like that on it. Let's get to a couple more questions, and then we will do our last giveaway. Okay, I'm gonna do speed round here. Is there a HomeKit based smart? Oh, sorry, I already did that question. Question. Edgar's Home Tech. What's going on, Edgar? Says, do you have any experience with the Ultralock Bolt fingerprint smart lock? I have not used the fingerprint lock. I have one, but I haven't had a. Wait, actually, no, I don't have the fingerprint one. I've only got the HomeKit ones that do not have the fingerprint on it. Do you have an opinion about the Ugreen NAS sync on Kickstarter? I don't have an opinion about it. It looks good. Obviously, I haven't used it, so it's hard to really have an opinion. I like some of the other Ugreen products that I've used. Well, actually, I like all the Ugreen products that I've used, but I haven't used anything as kind of complex as a NAS. So I do use the Synology. But yeah, options are great. So I'm glad to see their new system, but I have not used it. If you were building a house, how many Ethernet drops would you put in each room? If I was building a house, I'd put as many as possible. I would look at cameras. So for PoE cameras, I'd put one all over the outside, each corner of the house at least for cameras. And then I would put at least one drop in each room. You guys may have some suggestions too. If not two, maybe you want to like hardwire an Apple TV or something like that. So yeah, I would be running Ethernet everywhere. Definitely one in each room. When is the FP2 going to work with Matter so it can connect to Google Home and Homey? I would be surprised to see this one work with Matter anytime soon because it's such a complex product. Maybe they'll do it and just expose all the zones, as as separate sensors, kind of like they do with HomeKit. I don't know, but I'd be kind of surprised to see that happen. So I would guess not anytime soon, but I could be wrong. Duncan says, why do you think Apple stopped the time capsule? It was great. I don't understand. I don't know. I guess maybe it wasn't a big moneymaker for them. I don't really know why Apple does a lot of the things they do. But yeah, I know that. And the Airport Express is another one people would like to see come back probably. Question, have you seen the Matter dimmer from Ion Industries? What do you think about it? Haven't seen anything like that. I don't know that I've seen that. Let's check it out. Is this it? Ion Industries LED Matter dimmer. Push turn dimmer also works without a neutral wire. Huh. Interesting. Yep, I have not seen this. Can't read any of that. So I'm not sure where that's available. I haven't seen that one. Have to look more into it. JT Andrew says, what is your suggestion if I have several banks of smart lights, but I don't want to leave the wall switch on all the time? I have 2 Innovelli white switches on order. Well, that's a great solution. I think the Innovelli switches have the smart bulb mode. So that is probably your fix. If you just need a temporary fix, I mean, you have to leave the switches on all the time unless you just remove the switches completely from the wall, which you can do that too. You can remove them and wire the switch to be always hot. That's an option. So it's basically as if the switch is always on. So that's an option if you want to go that far. Or you could just cover them up or something like that temporarily. Amazon sells little switch covers that'll go right over those if you want to do something like that. Paul says, do you like the meter temperature probe? I do. I really do like that. So let me pull that up for those. And then we'll do another giveaway, the last giveaway here. I really like that. I was thinking about that recently. So this is the question here. Probably saw on Instagram. So these guys gave me one of these at CES. I ran into them. And I got home and I was like, let me try this thing out. So it's the Meter 2 is the one I have. And it is really impressive. It's wireless. It connects to Bluetooth to this. And you stick that in your meat while you're grilling. And what's really well, it's all impressive. The whole, just the wireless, the device itself. But what's really impressed me is the software. So Paul, I'm not sure if you have one of these as well, but the software is super nice. I mean, it supports like the dynamic island and all kinds of alerts, and it shows you how long is left on your cook, and just it's really impressive. I actually found myself kind of wishing that the so I have the Weber Smart Grill that is also awesome. I love that. But one of these is great if you don't have a smart grill. First of all, you could just use this with any grill. So I love that. But I found myself wishing that the Weber grill, it's connected and everything. It has an app. I kind of wished they had a lot of the same features that the Meter has in the app, because their app is just so good. I'm like, oh man, I wish like Weber would buy them, or something. It would be awesome. But let's see. Oh, Brian, yeah, I haven't used any wireless ones from Govee, but I did buy uh, a, a, it's like it's kind of like a little control box. It's a Govee one, and you can connect 4 wired probes to it. And it actually works right there in the Govee app and everything. So pretty similar. But so far, in terms of like the app and the software goes, the Meter 2 Plus has been spot on for me. I really like it. Duncan, I'm not really sure what's going on there. I'll have to check out with follow up on the chat. I don't know what's going on there, but I'm sure it's all good. All love here, guys. Garrett, what's up, Garrett? I see you here in the chat. Didn't see you earlier. How often do you go live? CD says. So I go live every week. I have taken about 3 weeks off, so it's been about a month. But I normally go live every single Wednesday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we are back live streaming this week. So you can expect me to go live every week, just like this. We are kind of, I'm changing my software and some things behind the scenes. That's why we took the little hiatus. So we're kind of fine tuning some things. I'm trying to improve it, do some new things on these streams. So bear with me as we kind of do that. We'll figure out the best way to do questions and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, we'll keep on keeping on. Also, I will say, I know we had a lot of questions today. If you come back next week, or you can always try to hit me up on Instagram. I try to get back to as many people as I can. It does get hard even in these live streams. But if you are a channel member, definitely drop a comment over there in the Discord server. I always get back to everybody in Discord. And also, we got a good community over there who's also answering questions all the time. So sometimes it's good to kind of see what the group thinks. But also you can DM me there in Discord as well. So if you're a channel member, don't forget that. I will get to you there. So with that said, one more. Let's do one more giveaway, okay? All right, one more giveaway. This one is going to be, you guessed it, hashtag Eve3, because this is the third giveaway that we're doing today. So let me pull up my giveaway screen. This is what you need to type in to enter the giveaway. Eve3, hashtag Eve3, okay? That's what we need to see. Again, you will need a US shipping address. This is a US product only, so make sure you have a US shipping address for this. All right, and we'll give a few seconds to let those comments roll in. Again, only comment once. It won't do any good to comment a bunch of times to spam the chat or anything like that. It'll only collect one from each person. So do that. You can call your mama or your wife or your kids and have them comment, but it will only take one per person. So, all right. Let me refresh this real quick. Hashtag Eve3. All right, and we are going to pick a winner now. We got 68 entries. Let's go. Who is going to be our third winner for the day? Stanley Prince. All right, congratulations. You are the winner. Like I said, email me. My email is on my website. Also, you can get that on the About Me section of my YouTube channel. You can also DM me on Discord, okay? On Discord or on Instagram. So that is how you can get a hold of me. And then we will get your shipping information and get one of these shipped out to you. Thanks again to Eve for, hooking us up with some awesome products to give away. We really appreciate that. And congratulations to the winners of the giveaways today. I hope you guys enjoyed that. A little different, something new we tried in today's stream. Want to keep doing new things and try some different stuff as we continue these live streams every single week. We got an Apple event coming up soon. Shortly after that, we'll have WWDC. With Matter and all this stuff going on. There is just a lot going on, it feels like, in the smart home space, and I think it's going to get only better throughout the year. So stay tuned. We will keep doing this every week. I appreciate you guys for hanging out and chatting smart home with me. You guys have a great rest of your week. Stay tuned for more videos coming soon, and have a great rest of your day. Have a great week. God bless.